Live from WKMG, Local 6 News starts right now.
I mean, yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm alive, so I'm thankful for that.
Drivers put in danger tonight after a man in a stolen car speeds away from police, then crashes and dies in a neighborhood.
But first, breaking news just in moments ago. Orange County deputies make an arrest in the deadly shooting that also caused a car to slam into a house. Good evening. I'm Shelly Muniz. Lisa Bell has the night off.
And I'm Matt Austin. Deputies just told us they have arrested 23-year-old Stephen Marie Bochicalt. This is his new mugshot. He was just booked into jail.
Deputies tell us he is the guy who shot at a pickup truck in Pine Hills, killing the driver and causing the truck to slam into a home on Westbury Drive. This all happened last Wednesday. I just checked his jail records and found Bochicalt is charged with first-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder.
So here's one more look at this guy. Deputies tell us he may have been trying to shoot the passenger in the truck because of an ongoing argument between the two. Bochicalt will be in court tomorrow morning. Local 6 will be there to see what he says.
Now to our other big story. A chase down I-4 ends with a deadly crash in a local neighborhood, putting drivers at risk.
Yeah, a woman was sideswiped right in the middle of it, and tonight we've learned it started with an attempted carjacking. Crazy, really. The man then stole a pizza delivery truck on French Avenue in Sanford and crashed 15 miles away at Douglas Avenue and Highland Street in Altamont Springs. Erica Rayco is there live for us tonight. Erica, you actually drove right by this pursuit when it first started on I-4, right?
We did, Matt, and we saw this pickup truck actually driving on the shoulder of I-4 and then very close behind, I'd say about 10 FHP troopers and police officers from Sanford, all with their lights on, trying to stop this truck. That was only about 5 minutes before it crashed into these big trees in this neighborhood. Crews clean up debris in an Altamont neighborhood tonight and haul off a totaled pickup truck hours after it was stolen and involved in a police chase.
When I first got hit, I'm breathing real hard and I'm crying.
Carolyn White got caught in the middle or end of it all while pulling out of therapy just before 6 o'clock this evening.
Was trying to get around me, but he ended up going right, hitting me. And then kind of pushed me over, and then he just went on into the right between the trees.
The man who stole this pickup truck 20 minutes earlier lost control after hitting White, and the chase ended. It began at this Kangaroo in Sanford when investigators say the man went up to someone pumping gas, said he had a gun, and tried to carjack them. When that person refused to hand over their keys, the man ran next door, where he got a little luckier. A Domino's employee left his truck running with the door cracked while inside grabbing his next delivery. Another employee saw the man jump in and take off, honking on the way out. 4 Sanford police officers eventually caught up, but the carjacker wouldn't stop. A chase down I-4 during rush hour ensued. Officers say it's fortunate traffic wasn't as heavy as usual. Investigators are still trying to figure out why this man, who died after crashing, did this.
I mean, yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm alive.
Erica, how are all the other people doing who are involved in this?
Matt, the woman who was hit is doing okay tonight. She was actually leaving therapy for her shoulder and said her shoulder was bothering her again because her airbags deployed in the crash. The Domino's employee, he went home shortly after all of this happened. His coworkers told me tonight he was very upset that this pickup truck was his baby, his passion. He spent this morning waxing it. Matt.
I'm sure he was shaken up. Erica, thank you. New tonight now, an investigation into a local teacher after the school district learned she used a nickname for a student which the family found offensive.
Yeah, and even though the teacher apologized several times, the family says that wasn't enough. Sean Chibat is live outside Crystal Lake Elementary in Lake Mary where this all happened. And Sean, why doesn't the family accept her apology?
Well, Shelley, the family thinks that teacher's apologies were just simply not sincere. They got this report from the school district, and it says that teacher admitted to using the nickname Abu Dhabi for their multicultural third grader.
In recess, the other kids started making fun of me about it.
8-year-old Andy Babood says a teacher at his school spent years calling him a nickname. His father from Iran considers a cultural slur.
Right now, thinking of that word, I feel absolutely sickened that my son at the age of 8 was being racially slurred.
The nickname she used is Abu Dhabi, which to me is, I mean, it's obviously a Middle Eastern term.
Even more concerning, the teacher under investigation, Maureen Dobbin, seen in these school website pictures, is a behavior resource teacher the adult children are supposed to go to when they feel bullied. But since kindergarten, Andy never told anyone how he felt when she called him Abu Dhabi. Then one day, Mom finally heard it for herself.
I got a sinking feeling in my stomach, like that's not right. Why would she call him that? It looked like he was about to cry. She didn't think she did anything wrong. When I approached her the day it happened, she didn't show any regret or remorse.
So they complained to the district. The final report says that teacher's nicknames for students should be reconsidered, and if continued, nicknames should be approved by the parent or guardian. The report also calls the nickname an insensitive choice.
Now, this report says that teacher told school investigators she uses nicknames to try to build a rapport with students, but Andy's parents say that she failed to recognize how that might affect their son. Shelley.
So, Sean, what does the district plan to do with the teacher? Is she going to get punished at all?
Well, right now, because school is out for the summer, we just don't know if and when she might get punished. But again, this report suggests that she might need some additional cultural sensitivity training.
All right.
Shelley.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
Happening right now, the soldier just released in a trade with the Taliban is a few hours away from finally arriving back in the United States. Sergeant Bo Bergdahl left on a flight from Germany at around 4 this afternoon. He's expected to arrive in Texas sometime early tomorrow morning. Now, up until this point, Bergdahl has been getting treatment after his release. He'll continue to get treatment at a hospital in San Antonio. We'll be checking with our partners at CBS News, and as soon as Bergdahl lands, we'll let you know during this newscast or on the morning news starting at 5. New tonight, now Flagler County deputies tell Local 6 2 women used an 8-year-old boy to help steal more than $1,000 worth of stuff from a Walmart, but they never made it past the parking lot. The Walmart's on Cypress Point Parkway in Palm Coast, just off Palm Coast Parkway there. Local 6 just got these surveillance pictures showing the moment when deputies say Betty Jenkins and the 8-year-old tried to walk out with this stuff. But this is about as far as they got because a Walmart worker stopped him right away. Deputies say the other woman, Taekwondra Bibbs, ran away. But Bibbs apparently called Jenkins several times with deputies right there, so they answered the phone, tracked her down pretty easily, and arrested both of these women.
New tonight, it appears the man charged in several attacks at a Walmart in Regal Cinema will not get out of jail before his first court appearance tomorrow. We're talking about Charles Heineman. We broke the news of his arrest last night at 11, and according to jail records, a first appearance hold was just placed on Heineman, meaning he has to go to court before he can get out on bond. Investigators also hope to get information from Heineman about his getaway driver who has not been caught. An update at 11 to a story that is getting national attention. This woman right here, who police say shoved lobster tails down her pants at Publix, has bonded out of jail. That's according to Volusia County jail records. DeLand police say video shows Nicole Reed trying to hide the lobster tails, right there in her pants, but a Publix worker saw her and called police.
New tonight, parents fight to save this local elementary school here, pleading with local leaders to help them any way they can. The school is facing a shortage of students with the planned opening of 2 new nearby schools. Fern Creek Elementary is on Fern Creek Avenue in the central Orlando area known as Colonial Town. Kristen Giannis is live at the school for us tonight. So, Kristen, is there any chance that this school behind you will stay open?
Well, Matt, School Board Chairman Bill Sublett said tonight that this school is going to close. He said the school board hasn't officially voted on it, but it's most likely going to happen in the fall of 2017. As you can imagine, a lot of parents very upset, and they feel that their concerns are not being heard.
This is a hot mess. We're mad. You're asking us to be rezoned.
Parent Alicia Kearns isn't the only one upset.
This is passion. These people are passionate about saving what we have.
Neighbors didn't hold back at a community meeting discussing the fate of Fern Creek Elementary School. It's slated to close, and tonight, School Board Chairman Bill Sublett explained the plan to build at least 2 kindergarten through 8th grade schools, including one in Paramore, the other in Audubon Park. schools that will help alleviate overcrowding at other schools and be the new home for Fern Creek students, whose school is in need of renovations and is underpopulated.
I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted because this is exactly a snapshot of how government should not be.
Commissioner Patty Sheehan wants the school board to rezone kids at overcrowded Baldwin Park Elementary and put them in the extra seats at Fern Creek to keep it open. But school board chairman Bill Sublett says that's not an option.
We're not going to force anybody to go to a school when they clearly have stated a desire to stay in the school they're at until a new relief school is built.
But some parents feel they are being forced to do something they don't want to do. They like this school, they like the teachers, they like the community, and they want to stay put. Matt?
Yeah, those parents were fired up. Kristen Giannis, thank you.
New tonight, a 30-year-old mystery solved.
Yeah, and this is quite a story how a class ring lost on Daytona Beach was just found. Also just in dramatic video as a news crew is rolling when a motorcycle rider speeds right into a tree rather than around it. You hate to see that, Tom.
He doesn't look like he came through like easy.
No, not a soft landing.
Okay, take a look at what's going on radar tonight. We still have a few little speckles out there, but that's all I'm tracking for the moment. Tomorrow, we're going to do this again. I'll be back to show you the rain pattern for tomorrow and how early it gets started.
But first, an all-natural rubber wristband that claims to protect your family from mosquitoes. Next, we have a local family test it out to see if it'll help keep your family safe.
You're watching Local 6 at 11, covering Dr. Phillips, Lady Lake, and all of Central Florida.
This month, the health department urged Floridians to protect their families against chikungunya, a new crippling disease transmitted by mosquitoes.
Yeah, one new method of protection apparently is mosquito bans. All natural, waterproof, no chemicals. But do they work? Consumer reporter Erica Washington puts them to the test.
It's so itchy.
They will come and they will treat it.
Okay, so to find a link there to symptoms of mosquito diseases and ways to protect your family, head to facebook.com/local6. It sounds like they need to just make a shirt out of that mosquito ban, like a nice rubber shirt that might actually keep them
Can we all agree we hate mosquitoes?
We do. I was with Jesse that day.
Oh, were you really?
And I was getting attacked, and he was just fine. So I have to say it worked for him.
Hey, maybe it actually works. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. We're in for another day like we had today.
It's going to be another mosquito day tomorrow. It's going to be just like this. Take a look at these pictures. Rain chances diminish just a bit. Troy Bridges will be here at 5 a.m.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Lost for 3 decades in the waters of Daytona Beach, a class ring is finally found. This is an incredible story.
It took some time. Next, though, how far it drifted before someone finally found it and why it's perfect timing for the owner who now lives hundreds of miles away. First, though, here tonight's winning lottery number. New video in tonight out of Alabama. News crew in Birmingham at the scene shooting video of cars going around this big tree when all of a sudden, watch this, a motorcycle comes speeding up into the tree and just goes right through it there. Can't stop in time. Throws the driver off. The photographer sees it and then runs from behind the camera to try and help the guy out. A very nice gesture. He was conscious and is expected to be okay. New at 11 now, a 30-year mystery out of Daytona Beach, and it's now solved.
A class ring from Illinois lost at the beach back in the early 80s finally turns up more than 100 miles away. How cool is that? Take a look. This is the ring here that is now back with its rightful owner, Jim Subert. He lost it in 1983 on a family trip to Daytona Beach.
It was a gift from his dad, and just days before Father's Day, he got a call from a stranger.
My mother, who lives in Vero Beach, found your class ring, and she's had it in her jewelry box for all these years. Never seen anything like this, to have a ring like this be returned after 30 years.
The woman still doesn't know how the ring got from Daytona to Vero Beach.
The timing on this is great, though, because Subert's 30th high school reunion is next month, and he'll have that with him. How cool.
Most people don't have their rings for their 30th reunion. I lost mine like the week after I got it.
Well, your 30th reunion, really?
Yeah.
You had that already?
No, I'm just